Copy that. Yeah, if you want to pilot adjust, come center and I'll turn a little bit.
Okay.
Until I'm centered up at 050. I'll just kind of follow you over.
I'll wait for you to push out a bit before I call that move in.
Yeah, I'm trying to try to push out there.
This is really interesting terrain. I'd still bet that it's karstic.
So the current seems to be from the east, roughly. It's quite strong.
Yeah, you're pretty centered now.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a down current. My Z bias is at
So as we move over
12.
what looks like
really?
a karstic terrain
Still going down, yeah.
with dissolution pits and overhangs and ledges, it looks like we see, there's a fish right in the center. Can we zoom on that?
Sure. Video, want to zoom on this fish?
We can see a lot of crinoids in the area. I think we've seen this fish before.
Moving, so I'm just going to wait till you guys are.
It's an Odontantheus, I believe. So do we not need to zoom on this because we've seen it? And there's a crinoid getting into the frame.
And he's gone. Okay, you can come wide video.
We are at a depth of 337 meters right now. Working fairly shallowly for the Deep Discoverer ROV.
That's good.
Bridge, nav. Yeah, I'd like to request a ship move of 20 meters, bearing 050 at 0.2 knots.
I think we're seeing another, perhaps one of those chrysogorgids. I'm not really sure.
No.
Yeah, we think
is
that
incorrect. 20 meters, bearing 050 at 0.2 knots. That's it. Thanks.
And one of the other geologists, our shore-based side, thinks that these could be a limestone or a reef debris. So this could be an old reef.
Thank you, Bridge.
Certainly its character is very different than the volcanic rocks that we were in earlier today. And there's, the biology on this is much more sparse than when we were looking at these very steep ridges earlier in our dive.
I think if anything it does appear that way, but perhaps if we were to stop and take a really close look, we'd see there are lots of tiny things.
That's probably true.
But no, you're very right in saying that.
In terms of things like the corals and sponges that we saw.
So I'm obviously going to ask to see that big coral in the distance.
Of course.
Please.
Co-pilot, I'll try to get out there. I know I'll probably pull you.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of tether left.
Yep.
Actually, that might be it.
A crinoid, I think.
That ship move's
Current's
underway, so.
taking it too.
Okay.
So you're having to pull against the current and me.
Nah.
No wonder. Pilot, how strong are the currents here?
Uh,
Are you getting
Much-
pushed around,
yeah,
or are you
much
okay?
stronger than when I was flying during lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. They're kind of pushing down also.
Oh, you did say something about that. Thank
I
you.
assume we're going to take a look at this. Just curious as to what we're looking at. I'm not sure from a distance.
Okay, video. Free to zoom.
So there's actually a very strong current here. Oh my, what is this thing?
So this looks like a
Turn
dead,
left.
a skeleton of some kind of maybe stylasterid,
With a decapitated
It looks like
crinoid.
Sirius is on the move.
It's so beefy looking.
but it's definitely dead, whatever it is. And now it's got a crinoid on top of it that's been decapitated.
What?
It's still
Two of them.
I mean, two of them, yeah, and they're still holding on. Amazingly. Do crinoids die when they've been decapitated? And there's
No
one to
idea.
the right.
What's behind it to the left?
A rock?
I
The
don't think
little
that's a
white
rock.
coral.
There's also a really pretty tube anemone that's in the
Yeah.
lower left, just off
Yeah.
screen.
So can we take a look at the anemone, please, pilots, and then we can...
Just kind
There's
of
also
behind the
something.
rock.
There's something to the left,
Or
just
That's
of
where
the
lasers were.
dead
Okay,
coral.
you
You can
wanna
see
go
it
in?
waving.
Oh, so yeah, that's another tube anemone. Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, there's one directly behind the coral.
Yeah.
Then there was one to the left of the coral.
I can get closer now if there's any interest.
No, I think that's good, pilots. Thank you.
Okay. Whenever you're clear, video.
Alright, coming wide. Full wide.
Excellent. Let's see.
I think that move's already done. Looks pretty flat. I'm going to keep the ship moving, if that's okay with you pilots.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah, it looks pretty flat. I'm going to call in maybe do 40 meters, and then we can stop if we need.
Okay.
Yeah. Bridge, this is Nav. Another ship move, please. 40 meters, bearing 050 at 0.2 knots.
Just sailing back across the screen.
So you're off stick right now?
That's
I have
it.
a little
Thanks.
forward end, but actually, yeah, we can look at the.
So a lot
Yeah.
of these large
So-
crinoids
Yeah,
here.
Bridge.
point.
What
Looks
about the
like
one in the center? Is that the
Nav, if you put in
No, so
Plus
we were
0.1
saying
minus
earlier that there's
0.3
probably
into
different
the
color
GVL
morphs of this
calculator.
exact same animal, but the one we were looking for were purple and
in your
yellow.
Excel there.
I do
down
remember
the
those
bottom.
from yesterday.
Let's see.
So it's forward minus 0.1, starboard plus 0.3, I think.
We're looking at velocity calculator. Okay.
Yeah,
And you went forward of 0.1,
minus 0.1,
minus 0.1. Lateral of,
plus 0.3.
okay. And heading,
Oh,
090 roughly.
yeah.
080.
I think I was facing more north, but
Okay.
I'm just more interested in the magnitude. I think are the numbers I gave you meters per second?
Meters per second, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So speed is 0.374 meters per second.
Oh, it doesn't give in knots. Okay.
No.
I think a knot's roughly double. If you look back a couple sheets in the... Yeah, there's a... It should go from knots to meters per second somewhere. It should be boxed. I think I boxed it somewhere.
I got you here.
I think a knot might be roughly double the meter per second, though, if I remember. Or opposite.
It's roughly double for knots.
So we're looking at 0.8 knots of current.
Roughly, yeah.
That's a lot.
I'm sorry,
little-
did you say
little less.
0.8 knots of current?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Pretty sure that's not how they feel.
Be a little less. It's probably more like 0.7, 0.75.
Yeah.
It's close.
About 0.75 knots.
Can you repeat that?
So they're battling currents that are about 0.75 knots right now.
Thanks.
Could explain why there's not much here.
Yeah, it just gets blown away.
Watch what you're saying, Carl, because Diva would tell you that there's a lot here. It just might be small.
It's all
Exactly.
it's all hiding down in the holes.
The crevices.
Yeah.
The deep sea is not a desert.
I just don't want him to get in trouble with you, Diva.
Well, let's sit down and see if Diva's right.
Why is that even a question?
Because we've all been hanging out with you for the last 3 weeks.
Okay, video. I'm going to zoom down here.
Okay, so as we get low to the sea floor, we can see that there are lots of young
Stylasters?
stylasters, it looks like.
And there was actually something, if you zoom back out again a little bit, there was something waving around in like the bottom
I'll
right.
tilt up and see what I can find.
Lots of little stylasterids.
Yeah.
Tilting back down.
As well as a couple of tube anemones, or cereanthids. What about some
Farther.
pans?
Can do that.
So Chris is saying this stylastrid is likely from the genus Distocopera. Oh, a little shrimp. Don't think we've seen that many shrimp for this dive so far.
No, we haven't.
Is that full zoom video?
No.
Can you go in on the shrimp?
No. That's all I got.
Okay.
Thank you, Brian. What else we got?
Let's see.
So how big is that
Going
stylastrid?
left.
I mean, these things are
Not
tiny,
sure.
aren't they?
Yes, I think they are quite tiny. So that shrimp could be a labaeid, rather from the genus Labaeus.
Alright, let's go wide. Time for me to move.
Yeah, we're pretty flat now, so I'm just going to keep things moving unless we see something we need to stop for.
And the
Yeah,
shrimp
I
was
just said maybe I can't follow
Plesionica,
it,
not Labaeus. Thank you, Chris.
Is that a fish in the center, a scorpion fish?
Oh yeah, just about to go off the bottom center of the screen.
I'll do a quick zoom video.
Could have been another one of the pontinus, but I'll see in a moment.
So interesting. They look like they're like
I think
laying
it is.
down.
I think it's another largemouth scorpion fish, pontinus.
Great, thank you, Bruce. As well as lots more of these stylastrid corals.
Yeah, a ton of them.
Oh, and now that we zoomed out, yeah, there are loads around here.
Yeah. Now this is watch lead.
Go ahead, watch lead.
So how far away are we from waypoint 2?
Sirius is about
Look at that.
250 meters from waypoint 2. I don't know if I can use the phrase as the crow flies underwater, but we're going to have to kind of follow the ridge up, so it might be more like 270, 280 meters.
Do you think that we can get
Chris
there
just
at our
reminded
current
me that
radar
I'm
speed
getting the-
before we have to pull?
Chris just reminded me I'm getting the
Check
common
soil
name of
over
that
2 hours
scorpion fish wrong.
so-
It's the large head scorpion fish, not the large mouth scorpion fish.
But you're going
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, never mind. You're turning.
Yeah, we have,
Just
2
driving
hours
up
and
current
20
and then
minutes
letting
left
it
at bottom
take me
time.
back.
Yeah, copy that.
I'll check to see what our average pace
Oh,
needs to be, but I
Carl,
think
another
we'll
one
make
of the
it.
sponges that you collected.
Thank you.
Oh, would you like another?
No, I think we are
Do you have enough?
more than set. Thank you very much.
That was a really big sponge.
You have enough tissue?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Sure we don't need any more of this?
And for those of you following
So
along,
there's
of
a
course we are joking
drop-off.
because we have already picked up one very nice specimen of this, and we will happily leave this one undisturbed here on the
see the
seafloor.
drop-off on your,
It's good to see a
Shallow,
second
though.
one
yeah,
there.
it's just a
Yes,
little one.
absolutely.
I think.
Yeah, watch lead. I'm confident we'll make waypoint 2 today.
Okay,
See it
thank
in
you.
your sonar, there's a little
What's the
shadow.
end depth?
Yeah, that must be it.
The end depth is
3
300 meters,
Okay.
and
Go this little
basically
level
we're
high,
on
or-
sort of, I think we're
keep
just,
it.
Gradually
I think we're
sloping.
good.
yeah, but then it's
Copy.
going to get very, very steep again.
Video
Okay.
will come back down. I've just been drifting up.
There's a couple roughies.
Yeah, I don't think it'll get
Three of them.
too steep.
Maybe not very
You
steep,
see, we're
but
going to end
steeper.
the dive before,
Yeah.
before it gets to the real steep
Yeah.
stuff. But
Thank you. You're right, not very steep,
So it's
but
got
steeper.
2 fish in the center. Maybe 3 fish. They look like Hoplostethus.
Oh, yeah, right in the center. Could we zoom in on those?
I count 4
Of
or
course.
5.
Thank you.
Yeah, 4. They're hiding out in this little
Actually, maybe
crevice
4
kind
of
feature.
them.
Video, I'll try to get a toe down here. They don't seem very scared.
As well as we can see in the background, lots and lots of these really large crinoids, stalked crinoids. Perhaps they're the only things that can get a firm enough hold to withstand the really strong current here. The only large animals that
co-pilot,
can.
do you need to adjust your heading at all?
Oh,
Um,
oh.
Okay, let's see. Let's get
What are we doing?
go to the far one.
There were lots of fish
Whoa, look at
scattered
this.
around.
They're just everywhere.
It's kind of
Okay,
flat.
video, you can zoom.
Yeah.
We could go more east, but then that
I think we just
might
disturbed
take us
a
the wrong way almost.
Sunday
We could
fish
do an L
gathering.
shape, but
Oh no.
Yeah. We just kind of want to follow this.
So surely,
But,
just to
maybe like a
complicate my
060?
life on board the ship
yeah,
tonight.
I'd be fine with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, ew.
So yeah, just to
Much
complicate my
difference.
life on board, I now have 2 quite complex specimens to process tonight. But Shirley Pomponi, one of our sponge taxonomists, has just written into the
Alright,
chat
so
log that
it's,
the sponge looks like a Pacastrelid, is the family,
Okay, this guy's hiding
Pacastrelidae.
video. I'll try to find another.
And if that's what you collected previously, we tend to
Bridge,
call
this is
them
nav.
full.
Oh, they ran
Pucastrelids
away.
because they smell really bad, similar to vomit.
Another shipment, please.
No, I guess they smell so
40
bad they make
meters,
you want to
bearing
puke. That's what it is.
060 at 0
But
decimal
I'm-
2
Eva,
knots.
I believe I actually have a lot of work to do right after when we get
Oh,
back
you got
on
it right here. Let's
and the
get this,
samples. I don't think I can help
fuzzy
today.
crinoid.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I feel like that's not far from the truth.
Coming back.
I
Wow,
believe,
this crinoid,
Rich.
look at how many arms this crinoid
Yeah.
has.
I believe I'll have to work the science call while
So
you're
Sean,
out
ship
there.
is underway, 060.
Whoa.
Why is one of them sticking out and the rest are all clustered back?
Just losing
Maybe
my
because that one
Might
has
got
some food on it or
might have
something.
some tether pole.
Yeah,
foot. Yeah, that's what's getting me. So wait, Sirius is coming towards me though.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it's the currents turning me away
Okay.
though, so it looks like you're out of view, but you're actually pretty good.
Okay. Try in your video. I got the tether pulling on me.
You're a little bit out of the late pool, so
Yeah.
it'll be good for an ID, but I won't get anything beautiful out of it probably.
Well,
This-
Sirius will
this-
keep coming closer.
Oh no, maybe
Sorry,
it's
drop the
actually trifurcated, each
Yeah,
of its
what about it? We
branches,
get
and
the lasers?
bifurcated. And that's why it looks like so many. Fantastic. Thank you, pilots.
You're welcome.
I'm good for this from here.
Okay. You can go wide.
If the opportunity presents itself to put one of those against that black background off the,
Yeah.
it'll be awesome.
Oh, there's a bunch, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait for Sirius. Let's see. Oh, we're going 060? I see. Oh, and Sirius is trying to go that way. I gotcha.
So these crinoids are likely from
Okay,
the
I'll,
genus Isocrinina. Thank you, Chris.
Just center myself a little more for a second, Copilot.
Copy that.
Check out these crinoids back here. See what else is here.
So another interesting point about that sponge that Diva was just talking about, evidently, sometimes what smells bad to one smells good to another, or some men and women smell it differently. So I think Diva is going to have to invite one of our male
come back to you.
Yeah, what would you like?
pilots or people on the ship,
Still off
helpers,
you just tilt
to
down
come
and, maybe
and
turn towards me a little
smell
more.
the same sponge.
Yeah, I'm kind of high too.
Yeah.
Do you want me to come down some?
So this is
maybe
another
that's part of
roughy
it.
coming
Yeah,
up
you
into
can
the
come down
center
a
of the
couple
screen.
meters.
Yeah, the ridge starts to
No need to
curve more
zoom because it's
northward,
swimming away.
just how
It
we
we've
kinda
just
kitty-corner the
videoed another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
side of it here. It shouldn't be very steep, though.
So this is me at about 70 now.
Okay. So really, I have to go pretty far to your port because we're.
For following high pack,
Yeah, I can definitely adjust
looks
that move if you prefer. Just didn't seem very steep on high pack here, but
Yeah, we're definitely. The local high is pretty far off to my starboard now.
okay.
yeah, it's almost east or
All right.
Oh, but
It's
is
gonna
that just
start-
this high? We're actually going on a slight downhill. That's the problem, I guess.
Yeah, we're going to start curving northward here.
Looks like
Okay.
a Odan's Amphius in the
Okay,
lower
well,
center
I'll move
near
off
the
into
edge of the
downhill.
screen.
I didn't realize that. Yeah.
yeah. So this is me looking
So I'm not on.
Okay.
east.
Is there a fish you can zoom in on? Do you see it? I don't
Okay.
see it.
Yeah, I think it's gone off screen. Don't worry,
Okay,
pilot.
don't worry. Keep moving.
Co-pilot, let's bring your heading back.
Do you want to go back to 060?
Yeah, let's try.
All right.
Just keep me in view.
Yeah.
So watch leads. We came to the. You can see in high pack. There's the local high.
Yeah.
And now we're just on a slight downhill.
Yeah, I kind of
And
figured
this-
you'd sort of be in a saddle,
Yeah,
right?
this saddle. So
Yeah.
that's why we're kind of looking off into blue water for a minute. But I'll come down.
All right. That's at.
I think we can just try to move through this as
Yeah.
quickly as possible. And then,
Yeah. Sirius hasn't stopped yet.
Okay, great.
Yeah, just another few meters left in that move.
Want to put out my sonar and we can see what's ahead.
Sure.
Are you flying?
50 meters.
And there's
Left
nothing.
50 meters.
Try farther.
So that's about, that next contour is 80 meters away.
Nope.
I don't know, can we even see it 100? There we go.
Oh, I think I know what part of our issue is. Is Sirius actually moving completely where we think, or is she getting kind of blown?
That's a really good point. As we move over the saddle here, she might be getting
See how far off
pulled
the back
backward.
port
Yeah,
side of the ship she is?
yeah,
So do you think she's actually getting blown kind of to the west,
that's possible.
which is why I keep ending up on the left side of the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I
let's
can
see.
push us a little further east.
Yeah.
Well, Diva, your day just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, will you come
If
down?
this
Yeah.
sponge
Come down
is
like
the
5
one
meters.
that Shirley was mentioning that smells or makes you want to puke because it's so smelly.
Definitely, because I've only
Yeah, we're
come
starting
down.
It
the
also
last
has
10
very
minutes.
nasty
I
spicules.
haven't pulled up at all.
So
Yeah.
you might want to be
The
careful
delta
today.
just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So I think we're just off to the side.
Great. Thanks,
So you're,
Shirley.
just going, you're kind of being blown sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could do a move east and then start going out.
Well, that
I don't think this is going to convince
think
Steven to
that'll-
become a sponge biologist.
helped.
We'll just
Well.
increase the layback.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess if we get too far off the geography, it will, but I was just trying to figure out why I kept going off the side of the screen. Seems a lot more stable now.
That's good.
Okay, so your altitude's 14. You're still safe
I'm gonna,
there.
I'm going to bump up your range too, Sean.
Copy that.
Is the ship still going?
Ship has stopped. Just stopped.
Okay.
Pilot, if he needs something to look at for a few minutes, there's a fish in the hole just
I
beneath you.
see that there.
Roughy? Could be another roughy.
Is that a fish right there?
In the hole?
Yeah. Is that yet another roughy? Oh, that looks
That would
like a
be my
piece of
guess,
coral
but we
that
can't
is
really see enough of it.
covered
Look
in
at this
sediment,
coral.
or no? It's underneath the ROV now.
So I can keep bringing us north, but shift east slightly to bring us closer to the...
Can we do a snap
Okay.
zoom on this yellow
yeah.
coral,
Yes,
please?
we're here.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, video.
How does your current heading look, Sean?
It's tough to say. I'm blowing
This
like
looks like a-
15 degrees.
This is
on
very
both
Like
bright.
sides.
Saurid,
Oh, really?
maybe?
Why are the lights so bright
I would
right
just
now?
follow high
I think they
pack
just
and
need
try
to
to
hold to
get
them.
serious.
Okay.
All right.
However that goes.
All right. I'm looking at like a 0...
What kind of fish is this?
Yeah, we can do... start with 30 meters, bearing 075.
Yeah,
Okay.
that works.
That'll get us a little closer.
What is a PL coral?
Plexaurid.
Oh, this is a plexaurid. And then can we maybe zoom in on the
Bridge,
fish
this
below
is
it?
Nav.
Of course.
Yeah,
Come
should
a little
move
bit further.
30 meters, bearing 075 at 0.2 knots. That's it. Thanks. Thanks, Bridge.
Okay, happy with that video?
Yep.
All right. Oh, there he is.
So we're going to take a look at this big red fish.
Okay, you can zoom in. He's hiding a bit, but maybe he'll turn.
This looks like a roughy, but it looks like it may be a different type of roughy than what we've been seeing. It's got the front part of its dorsal fin folded down, so I can't see if there's a notch between the two or if the spines go up even. Oh, there I see it. It's a little bit notched. Okay, so I think this is a Hoplostethus. Yes, it definitely is. This could be a different species than the ones we've been seeing more frequently, though. So I think Hoplostethus, but a different species.
Thank you, Bruce.
Just bump your ranges down.
Thank you.
.50 meters, both vehicles.
All right, so I'm waiting here video. I'm just going to see if he turns again. We're moving Sirius uphill, but she's actually getting blown kind of sideways. And
Yeah, in this part of the world,
Okay.
you can pick up
Go ahead.
Crassospinus. There's a species found over in Japan called
around
Hoplostethus
here for
japonicus
seconds.
that could range down into the Marianas. And then there are some species known from New Caledonia that might get up into the area of the Marianas. And so more species that are possible here than there are in the Hawaiian Islands.
Oh, he's cruising it.
Whoa!
This guy's caning it.
Like whoosh.
That's the other species of commercially important snapper, the onaga. That's Edelus coruscans. It's called the flame snapper. You couldn't see it as it swam past too easily, but it had long extensions on the tail fin that were darkly pigmented, and it didn't have the yellow striping on the side that the ahu have. The onaga are faster swimming and a little more pelagic or benthopelagic than the ahu are. So that was, I think, the first onaga that you've seen on these dives.
Awesome. So two different types of snappers
Actually,
there?
that is the most commercially valuable fish in terms of price per pound in Hawaii and probably in CNMI too. I was sort of hoping we would see one of those, but I didn't think we would. That was terrific.
Great, so a good dive
for
for
full
commercial
disclosure-
species. Sorry, go ahead, Bruce.
For full disclosure, right? For full disclosure, Chris was the one that got the idea on that. I just got on the mic first.
Okay, but we'll leave that behind, and as soon as the ship stops, we'll. What is it more?
Oh, another one of those
More
sponges.
northward, probably like a
In the
040.
distance.
Okay.
Yep, that is what it looks like.
This is a bigger one. We could take the one we have out and put this one in instead.
No.
All right.
No, I'm already concerned.
No.
Yeah, that ship move's almost complete. So you're facing east. We're almost done with that move if you want to start scoping out.
What's
ahead
is
to
it
the
like
north?
045 or something?
Let me look here. Try like a 025.
Okay, I'll slide over there, co-pilot, if you want to follow me.
Copy that. I'll rotate with you.
Yeah, it moves complete.
Okay, I'm pretty well centered up.
Yeah, it's
025.
Looking better on D2 sonar.
Yeah. Yeah, there's, or maybe that's me way out on Sirius sonar, but at least it's
Something.
flattish to,
Yeah.
not downhill.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get another move that way then. Pretty
Yep.
far out. We could do like 40 meters or so.
Sure. And if you want to line it up,
Yeah, so I'm bouncing around.
actually D2 is a easier indicator here.
How's
It's
that?
like a
that's
0.
That's 3-0, right? Or
025. That looks pretty centered.
yeah.
Yeah, 25.
So we'll do a 025. Yep. We'll do 40 meters, 025.
Okay.
Bridge nav. Ship move, please. 40 meters, bearing 025 at 0.2 knots.
Can we zoom in on some of these dead things, please?
That's it.
Yes.
Thanks.
Oh, it looks like we found the bottom.
Okay, video. Want to go in?
So they're tiny little white things. Are those all stylastrids again?
Couple big fish below Sirius.
And there's a snail or a gastropod
Oh,
shell.
pagurid.
Are
So there's a
you,
little hermit crab
full
in the
in?
center.
I got a
I'm
little
not
more
quite
than
sure
that.
what
Scoop me over
these
the white thing.
tiny white things are.
Yep.
Maybe very, very young
There we
stylastrids.
go. Oh, I
Oh,
was
that's all?
almost. That's all.
Okay, I can tilt down if I want closer.
Yeah.
But I'm more interested to find out. It looked like there were larger dead things, like old corals or something, as we were traversing this. Do you have an idea of what you thought that might be?
They look like dead coral, but I need to get a better look.
No, I think we still need to zoom out in order to see those.
All right, cover partial.
I think we're at tiny
Okay,
scale
yeah.
right now.
So I think. Oh, you're,
Like the stuff over to the right, or
Yeah,
the stuff that's in
take-
like
Or
kind of
just
dead
dead
center
ahead.
right now.
that looks like geology to me. Can we go in?
That's what we're trying to figure out, is whether it's geology or if it's dead things. Ooh,
No, dead coral.
but old dead coral. Or
With another one that's
Coated.
fluorids next to it.
That's
Yeah.
the same one.
is this
Oh,
the
is
same one
it?
we just zoomed in on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think that's
Okay.
old coral?
I can hop forward
Yes.
to get this little. Okay.
Right, I'm coming partial.
Tilting. Yeah, come partial there. Tilting down. What is that? You want to zoom?
Squat lobster.
What is that?
It's the
Is that
A
are
squat
there
lobster.
spot lobster from
Oh,
the wrong
yeah.
angle.
Can you tilt down just a little bit from where you were?
Sure.
Oh. Is that an enemy?
Cup coral.
Maybe not. I was just trying to look at these dead corals again. But I don't know. We can probably keep moving.
Okay. Let's go wide video.
I think those are dead corals.
Is that a little urchin?
Yep, looks like it. Going in.
Okay. Yeah, you can go in.
Yeah, just looks like Sirius is
Moving.
still getting. Yeah, it's moving. Still getting kind of blown
Okay.
toward the west. So
All right, coming wide.
I love the banding on those guys. Their spines would make
Cool.
great
Yeah,
earrings.
Moving on.
I'm not really sure how to respond to that, actually. Like, nothing is coming to mind beyond, oh. So for those of you who are following along at home, we're here at Esmeralda Bank. We started around, I believe, 530 meters today. We've been slowly moving up a slope. We're at 343 meters now. And we've been trying to look for commercially important fisheries and precious coral fisheries. And this is the 18th dive that we've done on this expedition. We've only lost one dive due to some mechanical issues, which is astounding. We have one more dive tomorrow, and we hope that you will continue to watch for the next couple of hours and then join us again. Although even I will admit, right now, the geology is a little dull.
Whoa.
What's that?
Let's find out.
And why is it floating?
Coming for us.
So I think that's a...
Video, you can focus and zoom as you can. It's probably going to move pretty fast with the current.
Salp chain.
Wow, what is that?
it salps or siphonophores?
You
there
tell us,
are
you're the
chains
biologist.
coming off. There are strings coming off of it. So I'm thinking...
What do you think, video? Whole
Can we,
animal or
can we
zoom?
focus?
Wow.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Wow.
ooh, ooh.
Are you really saying ew?
Turn lasers
No, I
off.
was saying ooh
Yeah,
because I don't
we
want
got
to get
lasers
chopped up in the props.
Lasers off.
Oh,
That
God.
would never
It's too
happen.
late.
That would never.
Oh, he's caught on the
It's
rock
on the
box.
RV.
Sample.
Don't say it out loud.
I'll just turn downstream for a second and let him blow off.
So that was.
Oh, he's still
I
there.
think-
Look, it's still there.
I know.
He's
but
coming
now
off
he's
the box.
caught.
He'll be fine. I'm sure he'll be great.
That is a
So that's
siphonophore.
is that a
because
colonial
it's-
animal? Or
yeah,
is
so
it-
it's the siphonophore. So
There he
just like the
goes.
dandelions
Yep.
we've seen sitting on the
Good job,
seafloor, or Portuguese man wars.
catch.
Look,
Release.
perfect. Nothing wrong with him.
And he's gone.
I'm sure it's off to go live its life happily. Lives happily, because it's a
Okay.
colonial animal.
Coming back under you.
It's really
Oh,
interesting.
that was great. I love siphonophores.
Yeah, the geology has changed slightly. It's no longer as karstic looking. It looks like it's covered in a little bit more sediment. It looks like it's covered in a lot of
Few
dead
meters
coral,
left in
honestly.
that move.
We're
We
still
are
going.
Yeah.
we are kind of in a little bit of a
I just
saddle, a
almost
fixed
tiny
that.
depression,
Yeah.
as we are
Yeah.
continuing to try to move upslope. Personally, I hope we move out of this soon because it's kind of boring.
Yeah, let's see here.
That being said, every time we zoom in, we find something interesting.
There we go. High packs reading maybe like a 030.
Sirius looks pretty good at 030 also. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got that coming up there.
I'm at 2.5 for that one.
Yeah, I'd agree.
025.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
We can continue on that then. Alright. Do another. I think we can handle another 40 meters. Looks pretty flat.
Sure.
I think that's fine, yeah. I don't
Bridge,
think
this is Nav. Another ship
too
move.
much ahead.
40 meters, bearing 025 at 0.2 knots. That's it, thanks.
Co-pilot, do you actually
Thank
want
you,
to
Bridge.
stow my lower swing arms? I see them waving around so much in the current.
I was actually just wondering that. That port
Yeah.
one's really wobbling. Yeah, stow 'em all the way.
Yeah, make sure they're all the way out and then. They probably won't like that if we do that for hours.
We do have spares.
So we're back to seeing some of these small outcrops that look like they're probably limestone or old
Right.
drowned reef
They're
or
all
something
set
like
away.
that.
All right.
Very holy.
Do you
Very
want them kept
karstic
out?
looking.
They're all both out right now.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
great habitat for fish
that's
to
the
hang out
best
in.
we can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So video of the light might have just gotten a little worse, but we had to stow the swing arms because
Yeah.
they're flapping around in the current.
Understood. Can you pan right real quick? Or something?
Sure.
That.
What is that?
Oh, what is that? Good spot video. And an enemy. Or Actinarian.
Is it a
Okay, you're good to zoom.
So is this an
Tilting up.
Exocoelactus, an enemy? Perhaps. It's got the baubles. Is there a small yellow coral to the right of this?
We can check once.
Yeah, it's a little ways off, but I was going to put in a request for that too. That could be Anelopsamia, and I'm not sure we actually documented that, a live one yet.
Oh, up on the
yeah,
rock
on
there?
the distance, yeah.
Coming wide. Oh, that is wide.
Okay. Okay, video.
All right, this is a scleractinian, but I don't know which one. I don't know if Dave Burdick is still watching and he could advise on this.
How far is that move going?
We still have quite a ways.
I'm going to come all the way in.
Another 10, 15 meters.
All right, it's full.
Okay, want to just stop them here if they're going to talk about this for a while.
Sure. Bridge, just nav.
Just doesn't look
Please
right
bring the
for
ship to stop
Antelope samia rostrata. The polyps are lined up in a row on
Thank
some
you.
of those branches, which
Sure.
not quite right for Antelope rostrata. Normally, Antelopes is really easy to spot because they have this zigzag arrangement in the way the polyps come off of the branch. So, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I don't suppose we could do a third collection, could we?
I think there is always the possibility of doing a third collection if it is astoundingly special. I think it has to fit all of the objectives that we've been talking about for this whole leg. So it's probably worthwhile to talk about among the biologists. But I think there has to be a very clear justification of why you would do it.
Okay, video, want to come out. Oh, you're swapping. Hey, video, want to zoom out a bit and get the whole coral?
Okay, zooming out.
That's
Stopping
good.
there.
So, Chris,
See,
you
the
don't
thing
think
that
this
I'm
is an
looking at is
Antelopsamia?
those branches on the left, and the way those polyps are just lined up in a row, so you're not getting the ones on the right look more typical, where you have sort of a zigzag arrangement of polyps, but on the left you don't, which is really weird. So maybe this is Antelops, kind of a
think
mutant
it looks
Antelops
like
or
it.
something.
It looks like,
I mean, I'm not convinced it's not an Antelopsamia, just from looking at the images in the guide. I'm obviously not a coral taxonomist, but can we zoom a bit more, pilots, please?
yeah, here I'll zoom on I'll try to go a little left without
Hi,
losing
this is
myself.
Shirley, and I'm not a coral
Okay, video, you
scientist
can go
either,
back
but
in.
what I'm thinking is that if you can get really good close-ups of the polyps and get some good high-def imagery of it, that might be sufficient to get some identification on it.
Hi, Shirley. I think I agree. So we're just asking now for a second zoom on it so that we can try to see if it matches well enough with the imagery that they have in their guides. So thank you.
I'm just really not convinced that it's
Not one of those. I guess with the type of imagery that we're collecting and the fact that it does look like it may be this species that you already know about, I'm not sure I see why we need to collect this.
Nav, what time are we coming off bottom? I mean, we might come across another one. I don't know. Okay, I think we should move on. Pilots.
All right.
Thank you.
Go live video.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on and see what we see.
Can rotate back to
Thank you, Chris. Thank you,
5
Shirley.
degrees. Right now I'm at 55.
If they were all that straight branch
Exactly.
on the left, I would think that would really make it quite unusual. But the fact that the branches on the right look typical Enelopsamia makes it really questionable.
Yeah, I totally agree, Chris.
Okay, Nav, so it was about 0.25 is the way we were going to head, right?
Yeah, and we only had about 10 meters left in that move.
Okay.
I mean, from our current position, 0.15 looks to follow the contour uphill. We'll see. Maybe Sean, you can point in that direction.
0.15?
Yeah.
Yeah, just give me 1 second to
Sure.
feel the current.
Turning back, I'll start slowly corralling you over to 2.5 or 1.5.
Start corralling. I just want to feel what I need to stay put real quick.
So that's, I'm about 2.7 now, so.
Copy that.
Yeah, it does look a bit more to port, though, in both of our sonars.
Yeah, I'm going to rotate that way now.
Okay.
I just wanted to see what it felt like to stay stationary in the current to see what the thrusters would do.
Yeah, so it's, if it gets annoying anytime, you can always turn back that way.
Yeah.
All right, I'm headed 1.5. It looks pretty good in my sonar.
0.15 looks good to co-pilot.
Still rotating?
Interesting little bump on D2 sonar.
Yeah, so
A
I'm
little
about 1.5 now too.
Yeah, there's some sort of little shadow thing ahead of you.
Yeah.
Is that the direction we're going? 1.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You comfortable with go ahead and do a 40-meter move, or do you want to?
I'm fine with that. Or we can investigate what the bump is on sonar.
Yeah, let's do a 30 first.
So it looks now that
30.
like we're
Do
moving
it,
into
yeah.
yet another different
Bridges
type
now.
of geologic terrain, and my guess is that it's
Ship me,
still
please.
that
30
carbonate
meters,
underneath, and that
0.15
the broken
at
pieces that we're
0.2 knots.
seeing, the small clasts that it looks like we're seeing, and maybe the sediment, it's possibly that it's just rolling down slope
40
because
meters,
we're sort of at the toe of a slope right now,
0.15 at
and so maybe what we're
0.2
seeing is
knots.
just stuff coming from upslope.
Interesting.
Not really sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, 30 meters, 330 meters.
And we're still seeing a ton of these little stylasteroids, right? That's what all the white guys are?
Yes, I think that's what we had.
That's it,
we had
thanks.
We
confirmed
certainly had
before.
zoomed in on some of them and confirmed them to be stylasteroids.
Looks like that bump actually went away.
Yeah, it's
Thank
just
you,
a little
Bridge.
depression, maybe.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just going to rotate and zigzag back.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's nice there's not a whole lot to bump into with the current.
Looks like ahead, which is where our next move is going. There's a rock of some sort, maybe.
So there's going to be one tree in the forest, so try not to.
Yeah. Although actually, you're there in my sonar too, so not sure.
So on many of these shallow dives, apart from yesterday, we've seen very clear zones. On one we went through a zone of numerous basket stars that then turned into a zone of corals, Paraisis corals. I think on today's dive we've gone through
Fish.
what started off as tubular sponges and beautiful, colourful.
Excuse me, we've got a fish down there.
Yep,
coming
we know.
into the center now. Could be another one of Bruce's fishes, or maybe it's a rat tail. I'm not sure.
All right, video. Just give me 1 second to match the current.
Okay.
All right, you can come in with me.
Now, this looks like another genus in that same family of jelly-nosed fishes. It's either Igemaya or Achilleopus. I'll let Chris see if he can type those in. This is more typical of the appearance of the fish in this family. They look like macruras, but they're not. I can't exactly. There's a difference in the number of pelvic fin rays, and in terms of their evolution, they're a much more sort of primitive fish than the rat tails. The species that are known, I think, over in the Western Pacific are mostly Ateleopus, A-T-E-O, A-T-E-L-E-O-P-U-S. And there was some recent taxonomic papers on this family from Japan that I haven't seen yet that have clarified some of the identification. So these are called jelly-nosed eels. They actually fall kind of in between the dragonfishes and whitefishes and the things like the lizard fishes in terms of fish evolution. They're distantly related. They're very, very distantly related to the similar-looking rat tails. So this is, again, it's a fish in the different genus in the same family of jelly-nosed eels as that spotted fish that we saw, and very different morphologies.
That's full wide.
Thanks. I'm just going to kind of high. I'm going to try to come down a little. Let's see if I can follow him.
Luckily, he's heading across my screen.
Yeah. This is perfect. All right, Vid, if you want to come in.
Okay, coming in.
I think I can just drift with him.
Okay, that's partial.
If I can just match his drift. Nope. All right, Biddy, if you want to come in more.
Okay, coming in. Gonna hold here.
Copy. Oh.
Looking down on you now.
Copy
Thanks.
that. All right, Biddy, if you want to come out.
Okay, coming out.
I think that was pretty good.
And straight ahead, there should be a nice rock. It's about 25 ahead of me. You should be able to get to it now.
That's
25 ahead.
that's full wide.
Yeah, I'm just going to let him go. I think we had enough footage of him. And right underneath me.
If video has enough